Saige and I am currently going to Kutztown University studying to get a degree in marketing and a minor in music history. And in my free time with school, I like to do graphic design just to kind of relieve some stress levels and also put my artwork out there. So what inspires me with my artwork, a lot of artists on Instagram, such as Craig Gleason, people who are really pushing the boundaries of surrealism in their day-to-day practices and just really doing it themselves and not sticking to daily routines and traditional artist regimens. So to me, art really is just another outlet for me to express myself. Since I'm studying a subject that's completely different than what my hobbies are, I like to take it as a de-stressor, and it's something that I can do to just escape and sort of just plug my own thoughts into it and see what comes out as like the final project. So my process when I'm making my artwork using Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, I will normally take my phone, sketch something out, take a picture of it, and then I email it to myself. That way I have the physical copy online. And then when I import it into Illustrator, I can sketch it into line art and put it into Photoshop, where I can then create it into a vector image and make it a piece of artwork that I could create stickers with, or I could turn it into t-shirts, or just keep it in a JPEG format and just like put it out there. So. Aside from graphic design, the other mediums I use, I'm teaching myself stick and poke right now, so that's kind of a project that's on the back burner. I'm learning more about it, but I'm taking my first ceramics class this semester, so I'm learning how to work with clay, which is a very interesting relationship, learning how to adjust that medium with my hands. I am still learning a lot, but I do painting sometimes, and if I find any interesting like pieces of like paper or things, I'll like see where it can take me. Like I want to do paper mache maybe, so whatever I really feel like I want to test the waters on. So if people want to purchase any of my artwork, I normally have my commissions open, so people can shoot me a DM on Instagram. It's Catzilla with 3 T's and 3 L's, and if they see anything that they like, I'd be more than happy to either just give it to them or they can pay for it. I try and keep my prices low because it's just something that I like to do for fun and I enjoy on the side. But I've done t-shirts in the past and screen printed on those, so just anything that the community wants from me, I'm happy to give them.
Oh, hey there. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Jared, and today I'm going to teach you, my lovely viewers, how to cook the perfect omelet. So what you're going to need is a pan, some eggs, some peppers, green and red, some onions. Can't forget the essential spices, salt and pepper, a bowl, maybe some oil or butter, doesn't matter, you're only gonna vaguely follow me anyway. Oh wow, look at all this. Now, the first thing we gotta do when we're making the perfect omelet is we gotta preheat the stove. Now most chefs will tell you the first thing you have to do is preheat the oven. Fact! The first thing you gotta do is preheat the stove, and they never learned that because they never learned how to cook. As you can see, this is why every good chef should have aloe vera lotion. It's a great investment. But in the effort of getting lathered up here, I lost my eggs. But a good chef always has more eggs in the fridge. Guess I gotta get more. A good chef's always prepared. I've got a hen in the back. Now look at these beauties. Now I think we should just get cracking here. So I'm going to show you how the best way to crack an egg. So you take it in your hand and you give it one of those. Make sure you don't get the shell in there. You just put that down on the counter or whatever. So you take the next one, you get all the protein out. You know, you got to give it a real beating. You got to get it tenderized. Oh, that one put up a little bit of a fight there, but I got it. I'm gonna get those shells out now. You know, you gotta dig them out of there. And that is how you crack your eggs. That's how you do it. All right, so we're gonna get started here. I got the pan from before on the burner from before. Burner's hot as usual, as you want it. Gonna get the oil in there now. Just pour that in just a little bit. It'll sort itself out as time goes. I don't need to spread it out or anything. Now I'm going to get the peppers in on this, and I know when I showed the ingredients they were separate, but I like to keep the piece, you know, keep them all together. So I'm just going to toss those in there. And now I'm going to put the onions in because you can't have an omelet without onions. Everyone knows that. You got to know you're yours and all. So we gotta get the eggs in there, you know, in the bowl, of course, because, well, it adds to the flavor and it'll help, I promise. So now I'm gonna do what any good chef would do. I'm gonna go take a nap. It helps with digestion and it'll make the whole experience better for me and for everybody. So I'll be back after that. Oh, the omelet. All right, so if you followed all my steps and instructions, this is how the omelet should have come out. So I honestly think this is some of my best work. So what we're going to be doing here, I know a lot of people like to eat their omelets with a fork or a knife. See this? This is a spoon. We don't have any forks here, but we're not messing around with that here. This is how I like to do it. I just like to take it and
Welcome to KU Tips and Tricks. We're going to be showing you some little cooking tips you can do in your microwave, make your meals a little bit better. We're going to be starting with a really simple one. It's going to be some oatmeal, and you're going to put some maple syrup in it. So let's get started. So this is pretty simple. We're just going to follow the directions on how to make this oatmeal. But the one thing that we are going to change is instead of water, 3/4 cup, we're going to be adding 3/4 cup milk. Now, this is a good rule of thumb for like anything that you think might taste better with milk in it. It probably does. Mac and cheese, oatmeal, pudding. If it says water, it's probably better with milk. So you're gonna put some milk in it. And you just give that a stir, nice little stir. And voila. Alright, and then you're just gonna follow the directions still. Slop that sucker in the microwave. Give them a good 75 seconds. I like to have my oatmeal a little more dense, so I'm gonna let that run a little bit longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Listen to her beat. Right, and then the last step we're going to be doing with this today, I got this Run Amok maple. It is Festivus infused, ginger, clove, nutmeg, cinnamon, and vanilla. Now, you don't need to get this fancy stuff. I just really like maple syrup. So you got Mrs. Buttersworth, that works fine as well. You're just going to throw in a couple teaspoons, I don't know, eyeball it. It's maple syrup. It's not going to hurt you. It's just going to make your food taste better. And you're going to give that nice little stir. There you go. Alright, so next we're going to do something a little bit more savory. I've got here some fireball ramen, which is already pretty spicy, but we're going to take that up a level with some sriracha. Any hot sauce will do for this. Sriracha, Frank's, Red's hot sauce. If it gives you a kick, it's good. The main goal here is you want to make this 10-cent pack of ramen taste more like it's a $2 pack of ramen. Right, now, I did show off some sriracha earlier, but much like the maple syrup, I enjoy the fancy things. So I've got here Orange Crush, homegrown orange habanero hot sauce from our local Kutztown Farms, and you can go ahead and get that right at Giant or the Hive Cafe right in town. So I'm gonna add that, and because I like the spicy, I'm gonna add a lot of it. A little bit of a chunk, but that's just because they use chia seeds to thicken it, nice and vegan. And then, of course, much like your oatmeal, you're just gonna give that a stir. Don't worry about the fact that I'm using a measuring cup as a spoon. We're trying to save on dishes here at KTV. Another dish we have today, well, again, more on the savory side. We've got some home-style, buttery, microwave mashed potatoes. And personally, I think these are delicious on their own. But like everything else, it tastes better when you throw cheese in it. We're just gonna go ahead and make this cup of mashed potatoes just like it says on the directions. You fill up to the fill line right on the inside of the cup with cold water. And then we're gonna go and we're going to stir thoroughly to make sure that all those potato flakes are nice and moistened. Don't want any gross dry lumps on the bottom. And then this is gonna go inside the microwave on full power for roughly 65 seconds, give or take. And then still warm, we're going to take the cheese and we're gonna stir that right in there, make sure it all melts in with the mashed potatoes. You wanna do this right as it comes out, otherwise you are not gonna have any melted cheese in your mashed potatoes. Alright, KU Golden Bears, that's all the time we have for today. I know some of the tips that we talked about today were a little basic. I mean, some of them were just throwing shredded cheese in a cup. But I'd like to think that it adds just enough to your meals to really step it up. Really make the 20 minutes you have in between class a little bit better. So tune in next week. We're going to be talking about set and forget drinks. And hope to see you then.
So I am here with Kutztown University Radio, and I have been in KUR for the entirety of my time here at Kutztown. I joined back at the start of my sophomore year when I transferred here, and I got involved actually just by coming to the club fair and meeting all the people when I was here. I have learned a lot in my time at the radio about obviously doing radio stuff, and I've also had the opportunity to meet and collaborate with a ton of awesome individuals who are also part of our crew. If you are contemplating joining a club, I mean, coming to the club fair, the involvement fair is the best thing to do. You're bound to find something you love here. That's how I found KUR. And yeah, there's a club for everybody. So you're bound to find something here.
How I got involved with my club was by the involvement fair. I just one day was swinging by, and then I noticed that there was some event going on, and I just stopped in. What I've learned and made it the greatest thing was that the new people I got to meet since I was transferred here, and it made it a fun experience. I'd say just go for it, man. Get the new experience going, get involved in things that you never thought you would, and have fun.
Student organizations for students to join. They can come to things like the involvement fair to walk around and see what organizations pique their interest. They can go on Engage, which is a platform for organizations. They can view profiles, reach out to members, and decide what clubs they want to join. It's super important for students to get involved with clubs. We know that you're here for academics, but it's also important to make friendships and connections that last a lifetime, and getting involved does just that.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to listen to Two Dude Cinema Club.
Okay, so today, nothing happened in like movie news or like big releases within like the past week. Although Birds of Prey is coming out tomorrow.
Birds of Prey, yeah.
I don't even know if we're gonna see the movie though. But I decided that this week is gonna be one of the weeks where we do a theme. So have you ever seen? I was gonna say, have you ever seen a good movie? And that seems like the dumbest question ever.
You know,
But,
sometimes I don't know.
Okay, so there's good movies and then there's bad movies, right? But what about the movies that are so bad that you just love them to death?
I have absolutely seen quite a few like that, actually. Especially after meeting you. You're the one who introduced me to the legendary Neil Breen.
I love.
I
Neil
hadn't
Breen.
seen. If you guys have not ever heard of Neil Breen, holy cow! Look him up right now on YouTube. What's the one that we were just watching?
That was Fateful Findings.
Fateful Findings.
And
yeah.
I believe, not sure 100%, I think you can find that movie on YouTube.
The first time I saw that, I had no idea. I've never heard of it before, and I wish I had, because growing up, I remember in the late 2000s, there was a lot of clips circulating from really bad movies. Like, everybody knows that one from that one Goblin movie. I don't remember the name of it.
Troll 2.
Troll 2, yeah,
It's-
the one.
Hold on,
They're
hold
eating
on.
her.
You're not wrong for saying Goblin movie, because even though the movie is called Troll 2, they go to a town that's called like, it's like Goblin backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And they never mention trolls at all in the movie. There are actually, the characters are goblins.
Oh my gosh.
Even though the movie's called Troll 2 and is a sequel to a movie called Troll, where there's trolls.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, and that was the one that set it off, because everybody has seen that. And then there's
a lot of people have seen the one clip where it's the trolls are like eating, quote unquote, maybe this like one person, and one of like the main characters, like, it's a family, so like one of the kids is just like, they're eating her, and now they're gonna eat me.
Oh my god! Yeah, that. Oh man, that is.
And it's like the most.
And then it does like
and
a.
they have.
it-
He's
it,
so
like-
wet because of sweat that they
Yeah.
clearly like spritzed on his face.
And I'm pretty sure, don't they dolly in when he screams? I'm pretty
no,
sure
no,
they push
every
in.
time they cut, it's just closer and closer up on his face.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Here's the thing, like Troll 2 is one of those movies where people like actually show in theaters because people will pay to go see it because
Really?
apparently it's like a laugh a minute of just like how
Oh
bad
well,
it
that's
is.
good because there's sometimes when stuff is bad that you just.
Like equivalent to
can't
how
like it.
people do that with like The Room now.
Oh man, The Room.
Do you want to just talk about The Room now?
Yeah, let's just go on to The Room. I mean, there's plenty of other movies we can go through, but I think that's the one that people want to hear because that's probably the one that most people have had the experience with watching.
Okay, so The Room is a movie that came out in 2003 by the legendary Tommy Wiseau.
I love Tommy Wiseau's weird alien dialect. He sounds like an alien who's trying to
He's
learn how to speak English.
He's apparently like half Polish.
Huh.
I don't know though.
I mean, he definitely doesn't look like straight American, I guess,
No.
but like,
He doesn't sound straight American.
yeah, I mean, you look so beautiful. He's just so weird.
I'm so happy that you're my best friend and Lisa's my wife.
Oh my god.
And I just realized we never even touched upon Mr. Science Theater 3000,
Yeah.
which is like, that's a big deal. We should probably talk about them.
So I will say I haven't watched a lot of Mystery Science
You've
Theater.
watched some though, right?
Yes, I have. I watched the newer stuff that was on Netflix,
Which
and then
is still
some of the
good.
older ones that
Yeah.
were on YouTube. I even had a friend in high school. We had a film class together, and he recreated the intro just using a green screen and a bunch of puppets, and it was amazing.
Should I explain what it is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Just in case.
This is an Emmy award-winning TV show that aired on Comedy Central. All it is, it's basically a bunch of people riffing on real bad movies. So you have a guy with these two robots that are stuck in space and they're forced to watch bad movies by some random mad scientist.
Yeah.
But it's literally like they even say in the theme song, like, it's just a show, don't think about it.
Yeah.
Because the real attraction is when they get into the theater and they play a real movie and the episodes are like 2 hours long to fit
however
the whole
long
movie.
the movie is. Yep.
And so you're watching these really bad movies, but meanwhile, the three main characters are riffing and making jokes while the movie's going on. And it's one of the funniest shows I think you can watch. Next week, we can talk about the Oscars.
All right, we'll be
The
on the
Oscars are
Oscars next week.
Tuesday.
Thank you guys
No,
so much
Sunday.
for listening to Two Dudes Cinema Club. Follow us on Instagram at Two Dudes Cinema, and you all have a great day.